right, welcome back to another episode of Can of Worms. Tonight we're going to be talking about Mass Effect, the remake of the trilogy. We actually have the trailer up that is going to showcase some of the new textures and what it's going to look like, and just kind of hype us up. So we're going to play that for you really fast, and we're going to talk about just the game in general, our feelings about it, and whether we're hyped for this or not. So yeah, we'll crack right into it.
All right. I love this rendition of the Mass Effect 1 theme, by the way. Later on, if you listen to it, very, very good little re-recording of it.
I don't hear shit.
Calm down there, old man.
No, I genuinely don't.
You may have Discord muted.
Yeah, I don't either. No. I've got it unmuted. I don't hear it either.
Oh, well.
God damn it.
There's definitely audio on my end, so it will get picked up.
It's like, so watch it yourself. It sucks.
Seth Green, welcome back, bud.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he was in there.
So, got the pre-order page here. May 14th.
Yeah.
Seems a little soon, doesn't it?
No, the announcement seems soon. You would think that they still be in the middle of working on this, but I think they kept this pretty hush-hush. And I think everybody knew this was coming. So I don't think it's soon. I think they wanted to get the announcement and the hype out there quickly and release it quickly before it could be picked apart. There's already a lot of stigmatism on the previous Mass Effect Andromeda, and Mass Effect 3. So I think their marketing plan was to, let's get this done. Let's get the hype out there with the minute 47 second trailer, and let's not give them too much time to really harp on the flaws of this remake, if there are any.
Like, I think I'm going to have to see it in motion too. Like, and I know
fucking lens flare. Well, here we go. Here's a good show of it in some motion. So we got on the left, we have the original. On the right, we have the Legendary Edition, which is what they're going to be calling the remaster.
Did they pull the camera in more? Yeah, they did, didn't they?
They did pull it in just a bit.
It'll make the frame rate a little bit more stable. I mean, look at the clouds. They actually do look a little bit better. But I can't tell if it's just because they're blended.
The reason why it's pulled in, and it's kind of one of the things that I'm worried about and optimistic about at the same time, is if they're remastering all three of these games in the same engine, that means that Mass Effect 1 will be put into a new engine. Does that mean it's going to have its original combat in place, or is everything going to be the same form of combat? Because then that forms its own problem. If everything's the same combat, are we going to have three games that are just a blur?
I don't know if they'll do that, because a lot of people look at 2 as the best one. And I think 2 and 3 are probably the most similar combat-wise, but still, they're not. Well, that looks better.
This does look better, but in both examples here, these are both pre-rendered cutscenes.
True.
Now, this right here was a good example of what I didn't want to see. So on the left, you have the original. On the right, you have the Legendary Edition. Fuck that lens flare to space.
I was going to say, chromatic aberration, yeah.
Yeah, no, take out my whole screen. I like this. This is atmospheric. This is that Blade Runner sci-fi that a lot of people are used to. This is cheap movie magic.
Well, it's not even like, is it just me, or should it be shifted a little, like a little to the left?
It needs to have its contrast like toned down. Like, does the texture look more sharp? Absolutely. I'm going to put this line on the middle of his face. The texture work is great. What is this?
Well, I get what they're going for, right? Like, if you were coming at it from that angle, you would get that flare. And some people like lens flare, some people don't. I understand it.
Yeah,
I do like I would like to have it have a bit more contrast on the left side or on his right side of the body. But I get why it's there. It makes sense in the grand scheme of things, I guess. So yeah. I'm okay with the lens flare. What I much rather see is a little bit more gameplay. What frameworks can we expect? You know, what kind of additional features are going to be in this? Did they really overhaul this and add ray tracing? And did they do it? They said it's a remaster, it's a remake. it's not a remake, it's a remaster, I guess is what we're gonna call it. Remake would stand to say that there's gonna be systems that are changed.
Yeah, it is
When I
not. It
hear
is not going to be a
remaster,
Final Fantasy level remake.
no, when I hear remaster, we're just talking visual. So I think to answer your question earlier, I don't think they're going to touch the game system in one. What I think you're going to see, and what we're going to see with a lot of remasters like this, is that Mass Effect 1 is going to be kind of weird. It's going to be kind of weird to play through.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 2 is going to be less weird. Mass Effect 3 is going to feel probably the best out of all three.
I love 3. I know people were down on it, but
Well, a lot of people are
get
down on it because of its launch.
well, first of all, I mean, did you guys both play the original trilogy at all?
Oh yeah.
You know, I've played every single one of the Mass Effect games, and I have not beat any of them because I was spoiled for all of them.
No.
And it just
Fair.
it killed my will to play.
Fair.
I like a good sci-fi game and show, but it's hard for me to get into sci-fi games and shows because I feel like the moment I find something wrong with it, that's it. It's ruined for me. Like I'm very, very picky when it comes to sci-fi anything.
I did want to talk about this because like the Mass Effect trilogy was like my favorite trilogy, like of all.
Oh, hands down. Mass Effect for gamers was like Star Trek for TV show watchers. I feel like, honest to God, like Mass Effect. Like if you're a sci-fi fan, whether you play games or not, if you don't play games and you haven't heard of Mass Effect, and I'm pretty sure there's novels out there for Mass Effect too.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't read anything over it, or you haven't at least like read over the story and looked at some scenes, like you're missing out a little bit.
The story was phenomenal.
Good point.
I mean, yeah. The thing is, 3 I think let everybody down at the end because it just really fell in its face. All that kind of hype about how all your decisions matter,
And they didn't.
Yeah, it was like, what kind of Neapolitan do you want?
Yep.
Was it red, blue, and green?
It mattered.
That's a problem with the games that are rushed, and I'm gonna compare it to a here after Nick makes this one. I'm gonna compare it to a very recent game that just dropped.
Oh, I was just gonna say your decisions matter so much they had to patch them into the game after the fact.
Exactly.
3 months later.
I would hope people look at 3 when you're making these large RPG worlds as a what not to do. I really hope developers, because I don't know what developers think. I think they just get. I know as a developer, if I was a developer, if I put myself in those shoes, like I feel like I got this great idea and I just run with it, and I don't really think or look or study or become a student of games and figure out what did people that made the same exact genre as me like fuck up on, right?
Well,
And I feel like if Project City Red had just kind of paid attention to Mass Effect 3 specifically, then they wouldn't have such a linear game either. But that's just me.
yeah, there. Oof. That one's hard for me to talk about. Because that one's rough. I mean, it is a great game, but it needs time. This, like, when they came out with this, remember this and Dead Space 3 were both like the soft rollout for microtransactions in non-sports. Holy fucking shit! I'm got a terrible list tonight. Non-sports games. And 3 had that multiplayer element that they tried to like loosely tie into the end of the single player, and I think there were rumors that basically it got pushed out the door so that they could roll out multiplayer sooner in the year, I think. Because wasn't it a spring release?
What, Dead Space 3 or Mass Effect 3?
No, Mass Effect. I thought it was like a March or a May thing. Like
I think it was a June.
Yeah, it was something like that. But I'm just wondering if we're starting to see a different side of EA where they're still abusing the hell out of their sports audience, but it's almost like after Battlefront 2, they kind of, and especially Battlefront 2 and then Battlefield 5 right after that, I think they kind of, it hit them so hard in the pocket they realized that they couldn't continue with that particular, I don't even know what to call it.
I don't know.
Method.
I highly doubt that because that company at the high end is run by a bunch of evil people. What I fully believe that this was an opportunity to cash in on a existing IP that people love, as well as to make a new engine that they could then reuse for something else later.
Didn't they announce like a future Mass Effect though?
Maybe
After
this
this?
is going to be the new engine that they use for that.
I don't know. In a way, it kind of looks ugly. Am I the only one that thinks that?
It's filled with what I like to call cheap cinematic magic.
Michael Bay?
Michael Bay. Smoke and lens flare does not make action.
Explosion!
No, it does not. But I do think a lot of people, when they think remastered, is what was this game look like with next gen graphics? You know, I played this
Sure.
game back when it first came out and it had next gen graphics, and I thought this was great. And now I realize it didn't age so well. What would this game? Don't change a thing. You know, what would this game look like with today's graphics? And so that's simply all like a remaster is. And that's why I typically don't buy remasters, because I typically don't care. I don't care what it would look like with new age graphics, right? Like I enjoyed the experience back then for a reason. That's okay. It's fine if if it didn't age so gracefully. I can still look back and be okay with it. Now, I'm more interested in playing the trilogy with the new graphics now of this, because again, I got spoiled all the way through, but I still would like to play through them, finish them myself, and do that with
Sure.
a not so shitty looking experience. Now, again, a remake, I expect you to fix things.
Right.
Those are two very distinct words. If you're remaking a game, you need to fix systems, or you can overhaul them. You can do whatever you want play with it. That's fine, because that's what I expect you to do. But a remaster, I don't expect anything out of it. It's a cash grab. So let's just go around. I guess final words here. Nick, is this something you're interested in? Something you think you're gonna pick up? What do you feel about this?
I will buy it the month after it releases when they fix the bugs. And God, this picture is everything I hate about remasters.
All right, Brian.
Shit. And I really want to tell you that I'm not going to, that I'll pick it up when it goes on sale. But I really like Mass Effect, and I'm probably gonna buy it.
And for myself, I think I'm gonna pick it up. Like I said, I haven't beaten any of them, but I've played all of them. I'm gonna pick it up, and it'll probably take me a few weeks to get through it. I'll probably get through it. But yeah, I think all in all, guys, if you want to relive the experience in a next gen graphical era, pick it up. If you've played through them, you've been through the ups and downs, and you just really don't care, you just want to reminisce as they were, it's going to be something you skip. I don't think we're going to see anything new with this. It's not going to be anything groundbreaking. It's not the new Mass Effect you guys want. So save yourself some money and just wait for something that you really want. All right. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. It's been Can of Worms, and we'll see you next time.
Later.
Not even interested enough to get angry about it.
Nope.